मंत्री जी का जवाब सुनो, लेकिन ये तरीका ठीक नहीं है आपका कि आप पीठ इसे करके मंत्री जी से नीचे सदन पे जवाब तलब करो। ऐसा नहीं कर सकते आप। ये गलत परंपरा है, ये गलत संसद की मर्यादाओं को उल्लंघन मत कीजिए आप। प्रश्नकाल
Question hour.
141 Dr. CM Ramesh.
Speaker sir, the people and parents, children of Anakapalli are thankful to... Question number 1, sir. Question number 141.
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Speaker sir.
Honourable Member.
The people, parents and children of Anakapalli are thankful to Honourable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and Honourable Education Minister for selecting 35 schools as Pradhan Mantri Schools for Raising India. Sir, the Honourable Minister is aware that State Government has recommended 82 schools, 31 schools under the Phase 1 and 51 schools under the Phase 2. But the Ministry has approved only 35 schools, 24 schools in Phase 1, 11 schools are Phase 2. I would like to know from the Honourable Minister whether he will consider including the remaining 47 schools under the Pradhan Mantri School for Raising India from Anakapalli in the second or in the next phase. Thank you.
As per scheme, a total of 14,500 schools are given the recognition of PM Shri. They're recognized as exemplar schools, and this is to implement National Education Policy 2020. I can understand the concern raised by Honourable Member. He has said in Anakapalli there are 35 PM Shris that have been given the status. A number are also being reviewed. We will follow due process in the selection criteria because there's a challenge method that has to be fulfilled. Thank you.
Sir, I am grateful and Honourable Minister for giving more than 1,000 crores in second year for Pradhan Mantri School for Raising India in Andhra Pradesh. Sir, for Pradhan Mantri School for Raising India, there is a need for additional requirements like lab technicians, computer operators, separate rooms for vocational education, teaching and learning material, sanitary pad, disposable machines, solar panels for sustainability. So, I would like to know from the Honourable Minister, will he consider providing these facilities for PM School for Raising India schools in Anakapalli or giving recurring to grant state for 3-4 years to sustain this scheme, sir?
Sir, to implement this scheme, a national school quality assessment framework is prepared, and our ministry regularly looks at, reviews the status of implementation. Total of 35 PM Shri schools are there in Anakapalli, and 22 metrics as per NEP are regularly tracked. Honourable Ministers, Honourable MPs talked about physics lab, chemistry lab. I would like to inform him that 82% coverage is in this metric, and of course, if the state sends a proposal, a firm proposal, we will follow due process.
Thank you, Speaker, sir. I would like to ask the Honourable Minister, during the financial year 23-24, about 212 crores was sanctioned, but only 50% was released. And 24-25, about 420 crores were sanctioned and 21% was released. This is because the state government, the guideline shows that the state government, it is their duty to transfer to the accounts, both the state share and central share, but that did not happen with the previous government, sir. This has impacted the implementation of PM Shri in our state of Andhra Pradesh. I would like to ask the Honourable Minister, what are the steps taken for the smooth implementation of PM Shri in our state of Andhra Pradesh to protect the students? Thank you.
A total of 855 PM Shri schools have been recognized in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Honorable member has spoken about the pace of expenditure as per financial guidelines. Andhra Pradesh in year 24-25, total of 177 crores almost has been released. That's the center share that I'm talking about. Thank you.
T. Sumati ji, Dr. T. Sumati.
Thank you very much, Speaker, sir. Sir, around 2,000 crores originally meant for Tamil Nadu for PM Shri have been diverted to other states due to the state's opposition to NEP 2020. Sir, through you, I would like to raise concern which has been expressed by our Chief Minister through M.K. Stalin that this is a death knell on cooperative federalism. And sir, through you, I would like to ask the Honourable Minister also that is it right to use the financial allocation which is meant for actually spending the education, the school education children, is it right to use it as a revengeful tool against the state government, which is actually affecting the education of the school children? Sir,
What is your question, honourable member?
I would like to ask the union government through you, sir, that will it assure the parliament that no state will face fund cuts for rejecting a policy not mandated by law?
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
Honourable Minister.
Speaker sir, today is 10th March. 20 more days are within March. The last date of the financial year of 2025 is up to 31st March. Government of India is open and ready. The kind of discussion we had with Tamil Nadu government in previous months, if they will, it's not that they are now, they have changed their stand. At one point of time, Tamil Nadu government has ready to sign an MOU with Government of India for accepting PM3. Few of my members, few of my MP colleagues came to see me. They came to the honourable member who raised the question. She also came to see me with Honourable Education Minister of Tamil Nadu. They agreed. They went back. They have a U-turn. It is their problem. Let them come. And Government of India is open on this issue. Many more, Speaker sir, many more non-BJP states, especially Congress, Karnataka. Let me give the example. Karnataka is accepting the NEP and they have some reservation verbally on NEP, but they are implementing PM3. In Himachal, they are implementing PM3. Right now, my friend, Congress friend from Amritsar raised a question. It's a non-BJP ruled state. In the same Tamil Nadu state, Government of India is giving financial allocation to PM portion. They are dishonest, my dear friends, they are dishonest. They are not committed to Tamil Nadu students. They are ruining the future of Tamil Nadu students. Their only job is to raise language passion. They are doing politics. They are doing mischief. This is unfortunate in the federal state. They can't put allegation against Government of India. They are misleading nation. They are doing injustice. They are doing injustice to students of Tamil Nadu. They are ruining the future of Tamil Nadu students. They are not doing just things. They are undemocratic, uncivilized. They are undemocratic, uncivilized. They are devouring the right of Tamil Nadu students to have a pan-Indian education model. Government of India is ready and open. Let them come back. What they have promised. I can quote the date. On 15th March. 15th March, they were sent a MOU. Why that account? Let them tell. Why that account? My information, their chief minister was ready to accept that. Some super chief minister, some new person came up. My dear sister Kani Modi is here. Let's be honest to the people of Tamil Nadu. She only came to me with few friends. He's the education minister, their education minister came to us. They are dishonest. This is unfortunate. It's unfortunate in democracy. They are trying to cover up their failure. They are trying to do politics. This is unfortunate, sir.
प्लीज।
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, माननीय सदस्य ने मैं धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं कि उन्होंने देश की ऐसी ऐतिहासिक महत्व की धरोहरों के संरक्षण को लेकर के ये महत्वपूर्ण प्रश्न
आप सुनिए,
सदन के पटल पर देश के संज्ञान में लाने के लिए रखा है।
आपके माननीय सदस्य को मैं प्रश्न बोलने का मौका दिया, आप मंत्री जी का जवाब सुनो, लेकिन ये तरीका ठीक नहीं है आपका कि आप पीठ नीचे करके मंत्री जी से नीचे सदन पे जवाब तलब करो। ऐसा नहीं कर सकते आप, ये गलत परंपरा है, ये गलत संसद की मर्यादाओं को उल्लंघन मत कीजिए। आप इस तरीके का, ये आपका तरीका रवैया उचित नहीं है। प्लीज जाइए अपनी अपनी सीट पर, प्रश्नकाल सुनिए तो जाइए अपनी सीट पर। नो, चलिए।